updates on Natushkin, Brinley, Kiviranta?
Kiviranda's good to go. Rinley's still ways away, so no update. Same thing with Ose. Um, and Val skated today with the group, so still red, so getting closer, but not immediate return.
You guys get 2 wins with two really good, strong performances from your netminders. Those games were, I guess, what lessons can you take lessons out of games like that? How nice is it to take lessons out of games that you win?
Way better than taking lessons out of the game you lose. Yeah, there's lots to learn from those games. And, we haven't needed it a lot, but we needed strong goalie performances there from both guys because we were not good to start both of those games. Definitely got better as the game went on. Like Chicago's a prime example. I thought Nashville to a certain extent, but not as much as Chicago, where like second period, then we kind of take it over. But it was still a hard fought game. We didn't create a lot of chances in either game, especially dangerous chances. So we looked at that this morning, looked at some of the other things and why we're giving up easy chances. Some of it's puck management, some of it's not checking hard enough without the puck, and with all five guys involved on the defensive side of it. So learn a little bit of that, and it's great to see both guys play well, especially Blackie because he's been out like Wedge has been doing it for a while, but Blackie, big game at the right time for us.
It's been almost a year since the first of the two goalie trades last year. There's been a ton of change since those two goalie trades, but starting with the Wedgwood one, like, can you kind of reflect on maybe the months before the trade and the 12 months since on how that's helped shape this roster?
Yeah, well, we didn't feel like our goaltending was good enough at the time. Hence both trades, like didn't feel like, and I'm not trying to knock the two guys we had because they played some good hockey for us at times, but like at the start of last year just wasn't where it needed to be in the league. So, um, goaltending can help your team play with a bunch of confidence, and you're going to need saves at times, especially on special teams penalty kill, and they made a huge impact on that. And you got guys that can both go out and win you games when you're not good, and that can get the job done when you are rolling. I think they've been really consistent with it. It's veteran guys that have been around for a while at the peak of their game, so they've made a huge impact on our team.
Off the ice, in the room, what kind of impact have they had?
Yeah, it's significant. Both guys are outgoing guys, great personalities, good team mindset and concepts. Like when it comes to like what the team needs to do and what they need to do. So I think all that helps you get incrementally better in the room, which the juice, the energy that they have, the outlook they have on it, it all helps.
Gabe said this team has yet to find its best game, considering the start that you're off to. To hear maybe the consensus in the locker room that there's a level this squad hasn't reached, is that music to your ears?
Yeah. Well, I think we all feel that way. I don't think you're going to play. I mean, you were going to have some flashes and some games where you consider to be really strong, but I think the whole goal of our regular season is to be improving as the year goes on all the little details and sort of figuring out exactly what we need to do to have success and what it looks like when you do it for a full 60 minutes. We've had a couple of really strong games. We've had strong periods where we've looked exactly the way you want to look, but the goal is to try to get that for a full 60 all the time is where you got to get to if you want to win, and or as close as possible to that. So a lot of season to be played yet, and hopefully we keep getting better and stronger as the season goes on.
Sometimes the course correction that happens in game is because of leadership delivering the right message.
Yeah.
Landeskog in particular, what is it about his delivery or message that is so effective and resonates with the team?
Right message, right time. Like that like it's not like panic mode if things aren't going good for a couple shifts, but it's not letting it go too long either. Like, there's a standard, like we're trying to hold ourselves to a standard of play that's like at high level, really high level, right? Because we're some mindset we want through all regular season. So if any part of our game, whatever part of it is, there's so many different parts to your game, whether it's focus, preparation, the competitive spirit that your team's playing with, the execution, the detail, whatever it is, if any one of those things is lacking and we identify it, then he's usually one of the first ones to recognize it and the first one to kind of, not fly off the handle, but the message is delivered the right way with the right amount of firmness and at the right time. And it's like I said, it's the right message for our team and what it needs at that time. So he's got a really good feel for that. And, when he says something, it's not just him; it's other guys too. Like it's not him every single time, every single night, but I think it's the the closer we get to everyone recognizing it at the same time, the better off we're going to be. And regardless of who delivers a message, I think the guys are like accepting accountability for and understanding that at times it's not good enough and that we have to improve. And we've been able to kind of improve it quickly. Like these last couple games, you got 20 minutes of not great hockey to start a game. But we were able to turn it around significantly in both of them and still get 2 wins. So we didn't have to lean on our goalies for a full 60 minutes. They still have to make big saves and all that at times, but we were able to chip in and we end up getting 2 shutouts, and that just sort of speaks to like the nights the goalies had.
Kale, I think he has 9 goals on the year, but he doesn't have any on the power play, and it's been a while since he scored there.
Yeah.
Do you notice teams defending him differently, or is that maybe more?
Yeah, their teams are getting out to him and Mac. That's what they're doing. They're going to take Matt. They're going to make us do something else in order to score. So they're going to sit out on Mac and sit out on Kale. And there's other things that are open, and we got to be able to execute through their pressure. But yes.
What do you think of the idea that Scott Whitler's being under consideration for team captain?
Yeah, I think it's smart. They're not making any decisions just yet. They have time. Like that's getting announced end of December, right? So you got a guy in the league, regardless of position, regardless of whether it's our guy or somebody else's guy, and doesn't matter what position they play. If they have the ability to add them into the fold, um, to at least keep their options open. I think it's smart.
I know you're not on that selection, making those picks or whatever, but for such a short term like that, can having just a personality like Scott's be beneficial to a team that's playing 6 games to win a big prize?
Yeah, I think they look at all that. It's not just your play on the ice; it's what you bring to the room, the intangibles, the acceptance of role. Lots of guys' roles change when they go there. They're doing different things than they're doing on a regular basis, right? So are they, flexible with that? Are they capable of doing the other jobs that maybe they don't do on a nightly basis and doing them well? I think all that stuff is considered when they're picking a team like that.
A few more guys.
With talking about the, marathon that the season is, and you guys having this hot start and being in the top of the league, having to grind out those wins now, what does that say that you guys, as you said, have not even necessarily been at your best, but still are winning games down the long run, to be able to do that now and continue to improve your game and still have some guys out?
It's good practice. That's what it is, and exactly the way we kind of view it. Like you need results. There's no question. But it's good practice because when you get on a run like this, like we're trying to keep this going, and I'll guarantee you we're getting everyone's best night. There's like we got Nashville's best, one of the best games they played all year, I'm sure. Chicago has been playing really well. They played really well against us. We expect the same thing from the Sharks. And I think there's two parts to it. Like I've been on both sides of it. Like number one, you're playing a team. You look at them in the standings, where they're at, the record, and you don't want to get embarrassed. And number two, you want the incentive that there is there to knock them off their streak, right? So for us to be able to play and still carve out wins against teams that are playing their best and give it their all mid-season is a great test.